Geeks Gone Raw.
I got things to do.
No, you don't.
You got nothing to do but play your N64 emulator, so hush.
I haven't been playing it. Amber has. I loaded every game that she had.
Like I was seriously triggered seeing that controller hooked up to that PC like that. I'm like, we're going old school playing the N64. I'm like, that's not the N64.
It's like we're playing N64 games, and fucker, that counts. Like you're a purist, so like your opinion doesn't really count that much.
It was just like I was looking at it, I was just like, what the heck is this?
You're a purist, though.
It's an N64 controller. It's just USB.
It's just weird.
That's stupid. I just turned my fucking Xbox on by accident. I thought it was off, and I went to turn it off with the controller. And I turned it back on. Woo-woo. Woo-woo.
So I came across the Black Tusk in Division, and they weren't that bad. It's that drone, that aerial drone, gets me every time.
The biggest problem. Okay, well, we should probably start the show first before we start talking about that.
This is Scarcasm. What is up, everybody? We have Scarfinger in the house.
What up, yo?
And we have Sam. What is it? What is it, Sam?
Howdy. What's going on?
Okay, so before we get into that, at what point are you actually going to use your camera? Are you just not going to use your camera ever?
Nope. Never.
Why? Like, what's the point of us doing a live show if we're all not live?
Well, you're the ones who decided to be live. I mean,
do you need this for you to use your camera, man? I mean,
Chase, I don't have your crushing good looks. That's what the problem is.
Well, see, I mean, I can't argue with you there, but but you need some confidence, man, because I mean, you're not a bad looking dude.
No, where I'm at, it's just really, it's not hoarder level. It's just really just the walls are just kind of messed up, and I'd rather you not see that.
But like
green screen, motherfucker.
I podcast in my living room, dog. This is my living room.
Like, yeah, but your living room isn't full of holes.
Okay, it's not. But like, I mean, there's nothing show related on the walls and stuff behind me, and like my girlfriend's behind me laying on the couch, and I'm so fat I obscure her in the camera. So when she falls asleep on the couch and starts snoring, like everyone's gonna hear that because this microphone is awesome. I'm in my living room, dog.
No, I was like planning.
I'm in the bedroom, so.
I'm planning on giving you a fix at some point, but just now is not the time.
Getting what fixed? Your wall situation, or
no? It's not okay, so this is
your background situation is what.
This is the room that I was in when I was in high school, and I did a bit of weird redecorating to it.
So like you went through puberty in that room, and there's a bunch of dick holes.
No.
Like that's what you're saying? There's a bunch of dick holes in the wall.
Well, I mean, we're not going to turn the black light on. I know we want to see your black light ICP poster, but but there's
go to the stars on the ceiling. those
Fucking
neon stars. Yeah, no, you don't need to see that.
Man, please do not bring up ICP or Juggalos or anything fucking ICP or Juggalo related.
I actually had some really, really creative, like, decorating things back in high school. It was like, I took, like, the ads from the rap magazines. They were like, this album coming soon. And I basically tapered that all around the room. And so because of that, because I used staples because I was stupid, there are now just, like, staple cuts all over the walls.
A little putty and paint fix that right up, man.
No, I just need to get a staple remover and have a lot of patience.
Okay. That's all right. It's like, you know, like what if I was in my childhood room and I had a whole bunch of like Right On magazine covers behind me? You know what I'm saying?
No, those are gone. All it remains now is just like the little holes and the staples.
I got you. I'm just.
Well, we should take our take a laptop to our childhood rooms and we'll all podcast from our childhood rooms. Like sometime this summer.
I cannot. My childhood,
I don't think you can do that.
My childhood room is no more. The house that I grew up in, or like that I did, the biggest stretch of my growing up, is gone, burned down years ago.
That sucks.
So I can't really do that.
You can still stand in the same spot.
I can stand in the same spot, but like, nigga ain't got no Wi-Fi. Like, what am I gonna do? Like, be standing
5G.
in the middle,
5G.
standing in the middle of a field on 27th Street in Newport News, because I don't know nobody. Everybody I knew down there was gone. So, like, I'm gonna be like knocking on people's doors, like,
my neighbor,
real quick.
My neighbor used to grab his laptop and like go in that middle of the street and like look for free Wi-Fi and literally just sit there in a chair.
Hey, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Like we all went through that process where the main internet. Ooh, excuse me. When the main internet went out and we had to find the nearest AOL disk. Like we've all been there. We've all been exactly in that predicament where we got to find like the nearest AOL disk, and there was always one around. Like one of those little discs that gives you a little bit of time for free. They was always around because them shits came in the mail like all the time.
Some creative people online made like art out of them, made like little like statues and stuff, or made like wall art, or just made all kind of like little collages, like a little mosaic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I seen a guy who took like a whole bunch of like CDs and DVDs and stuff like that, and he makes art, but he makes like animals and stuff like that. He had an owl that was badass, like that was a badass owl, and it's made of like a whole bunch of old discs.
To be honest, all owls are badass.
Badass owls should be the name.
Really, badass owls. Okay, we're gonna do it. Badass
just
owls.
Owls just walking up the street.
That's our crew name. It's Badass Owls.
No, sir.
That should be the name of your band, Chase.
Now, whenever I wanted to like make a clan back in the day, back when I was playing a lot of Halo and shit like that, and I wanted to make my own clan, I wanted to steal a name from another crew. And I was gonna steal the fuck out of this name. There was this crew. I don't know how I happened to come across this website, but it was like a forum and stuff like that for a clan, and their clan name was the Illusion of Safety.
Okay.
And I just thought that was like, yo, son, that's like real. Like, you think you safe? You're not motherfucking safe. You know what I mean? Like that. That idea.
Your clan tag acronym will be like iOS, so people will think you're just a fan of like Apple OS.
Yeah. And there was another one that I'm still interested in the name, but I don't want to tell anybody because I don't want nobody to take it. Like when it comes to like playing the division and stuff like that, like I got invited to a division clan, and then like some of the people at the top stopped really playing the game. And then when like my cousin was at the top and he was like, well, no one actually plays the game anymore. So like just in case I want to come back here, you can have it. And he gave it to me. And I'm like, why am I in charge of this? Why am I in charge of this clan that don't nobody use? So I'm in charge of a clan on Destiny Division. And like, I'm like, why am I here?
Why are you here? Why am I here?
That should be the clan name. Why am I here?
Yeah. Okay. So before we talk more Division, let me see. Has Rona fucked y'all life up so far?
I'm at risk only because there's a bunch of idiots who come to the store and like I want to punch them all because like, why are you shopping for Apple Watches during this pandemic? You don't need it,
right? Yeah, like you don't need an Apple Watch. Like you might, if you got a Bluetooth speaker or something like that, cool. I'm with you there. But like an Apple Watch,
not that because it's like none of this is essential for your survival. Stay home.
A Bluetooth speaker is essential for your survival, sir.
You will continue to breathe if you don't have it, Scar.
No, the fuck I won't. Like, yo, like having your music right, and like if you stuck at home or something like that, and being able to take your Bluetooth speaker and stuff around with you, that's essential to me. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's essential. Not that I use mine that often.
I will hunt down each and every customer that I've dealt with in the past few days, and I will come and kick the living shit out of them.
Now, mostly when I go to the store lately, it's to buy food or something. Mostly it's just food.
Should be doing, yeah.
Yeah, but I ain't out here looking for no Apple Watch or something like that. But if I needed a Bluetooth speaker, I'm about that life. Do you know me? That's to me like having access to like your music and podcasts and stuff like that, and especially when you're like doing something, that's essential to me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think that's more essential than like getting a gaggle of toilet paper. You know what I'm saying? Gaggle. Like it's a gaggle. Like the idea, like the crazy part about the toilet.
I mean, you can wipe your ass on a bunch of geese. I mean, it is possible.
You can go and run the hose up your butt.
Yeah.
Really. The crazy part about the whole toilet paper thing is no one knows why, and no one continues to know why, but they never know fucking toilet paper.
I mean, I don't know why it started. I know why it continues, because people will go out and buy a bunch of toilet paper because they know people are going out and buying a bunch of toilet paper and they want to be stocked. But I don't know why it started.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, here's a prime example of something like that. Okay, so like they were doing renovations in the stationery department, and like they took down all the pins from the wall thingy because they were moving into another part. Somebody came by and said, "Oh my God, they're taking all the pins!" And they grabbed as many as they could. Another person went right behind them and did the same thing. That's how it starts. People
are sheep, bruh. Like, I said this, I don't know how long I've said this. I've said this for a long time. People are sheep. It just so happens that like there are certain people who are not necessarily the best people to be in this position, but there are certain people that are really good shepherds. Fox News. Like, there's some people that are really good shepherds. They know how to corral these sheep and get them all worked up and stuff like that, but getting them going in the direction that they feel like they need to go in. I just like the toilet paper thing is so baffling because like there's never any toilet paper, and like all of the people who didn't go out and buy the toilet paper are like, why are y'all buying all of the toilet paper? And the people who bought the toilet paper are like, I don't know why I bought the toilet paper. It just seemed like a good idea.
It's just a weird thing to do. It was just so strange.
Yeah, they're just like, well, it seemed like a good idea at the time. Like, it doesn't seem like a good idea right now, but it seemed like a good idea at the time. But see
usually I'd stock up just because, I don't know, it's just always been like, I guess our family did that. So I got like two big ones, like, you know, and I took them home, and then like a day later, that's when that happened. So I'm like, I'm straight.
Yeah. Now, I'm going to ask y'all this. I feel left out by the whole Rona thing because I still got to go to work. Like, and a lot of people are complaining that they had to be at home and they can't go nowhere, they can't be around people. But I'm like, yo, What about your boy? Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is like my dream. Like, what do you mean? You tell me that I have to stay home. I shouldn't be around people. And like, you know, social distancing is like my life, bruh. Like, why couldn't this be me? Why I'm the one that's got to go to work? Like, this is
why is moving, like a moving company, like essential?
Because it's warehouse and distribution. Because we do warehouse people's things and distribute stuff out to other companies. You know, including
But you do most of your shit on the computer. Couldn't you work from home?
No, because most of my job is answering the phone. Most of my job is answering the phone. Like the overall company, we do warehouse and distribution. Like my job, I pretty much answer the phone. But see, here's the crazy thing. After all of the stuff, I don't know if I don't think nothing that I would say right now is a breach of anything, because I don't have like a confidentiality agreement or anything. But like the crazy part about it is like yesterday when they did all the announcements and they really hammered home, like y'all need to stay the fuck home and school is out for the rest of the school year, you know, that type of stuff. The phone started fucking ringing again. Like, you know, like I've been like the last few shows I've been telling y'all like I'm at work and I'm bored. I ain't bored no more. Like they are actually calling, but they're scheduling. The people are scheduling moves for like April and May. Some of them are trying to schedule moves for like this week. But you know, on an average day, I can, you know, on an average decent day, I'll schedule like 2 to 3 jobs for different times. I had 6 today by myself. You know what I mean? Like I had 6 today by myself and it's just like all of a sudden people are just like, well, I need to go ahead and do my move. Like I ain't doing shit at home, so I might as well set up my move. And I mean, this shit is just crazy. So like, whereas when this stuff first started and I was at work bored, I was like, well, I don't feel like this is essential. And I don't feel like anything is really happening. And then all of a sudden, fucking everything started happening. Like everything. And it's just like, what the, who flipped this switch? But bruh, that's my ear, though.
Sorry.
But,
it was like messing with me.
But like, it was like the idea of like the social distancing and all of this kind of stuff. I'm all about that. I would just go to the store, buy a bunch of food and just hold up at home, play the Division all day, watch some Netflix and just like, and be happy as a clam. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but like, I can't do that. I gotta go to work every day like normal. And it ain't changed. Like, it's not like we cutting out early or anything like that. I'm there for the whole fucking day that I was there before.
Yeah, I mean, it has screwed me up. They haven't, like, straight up said, you can't come to work, we're closed, or anything like that. They said, use your best judgment. And me with, you know, 3-year-old at home, you know, not really going into anything really detailed, but the family I work with, they have, you know, people with compromised immune systems. And I'm like, my best judgment would be to stay here. Because I don't, for one, you know, I wouldn't want anything to happen to Riley or me. But also, not saying if I brought it, if something did happen to one of them, I wouldn't want me to be a factor of, could it come from this person?
Right. Because you know, if you go to work and then something does happen, no matter where it came from, that shit came from you.
Yeah. So I haven't been in a week.
No matter where it actually came from, that shit came from Chase. Chase brought that shit in our house.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that they would go that route. I'm just saying I just protecting my own butt, you know. And but it's been crazy because Aiden's been out of school, and it's been, you know, like dealing with that. And then, I mean, I'm like, you mean I gotta cook lunch too?
Yeah. Y'all with school kids. Y'all with school kids have it, you know, have it kind of crazy. But I mean, I got a kid in school, but she's 4 hours away. I'm good.
And he has the biggest. I made a big jambalaya, like 2 boxes of Zatarans with like 2 pounds of fucking smoked sausage. I get up this morning, all the smoked sausage is gone out of the jambalaya. I'm like, did you eat all the smoked sausage out of the damn jambalaya? It was good. I liked it. I was like, we all like it. That's everyone's favorite part. you scoop out what you want and do.
Y'all stuck at home with y'all kids. Y'all going crazy.
Yeah, and people are like, oh, I'm just going to play video games. Yeah, I'm at home, but it's not like I can just like sit down and just play video games all the time. You know?
Yeah, because you got kids. I ain't got no kids here, so I'm fine. Like I just, I don't want to not get paid, but I don't want to go to work either. Like, is that a thing? Like, can those two things exist?
And also, since they're not laying us off, I can't get unemployment for this. You know what I mean? So, I had some PTO, so I used that, and I'm hoping the socialist named Donald Trump will come through with the whole $1,000 thing, and maybe that.
No, that already got canceled for now. Like, it didn't go through.
Oh,
it didn't go through. Apparently, they had some issues with not necessarily the money that was coming to us, but the money that was going to the homies. Like
his boys had to get paid too, right?
Yeah, they was trying to look out for the homies at the corporations, and that was going to be a whole lot of money, like a whole lot of money that pales in comparison.
Like 500 billion or something, like 500 billion or something that I heard or something.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so like I'm worried about that, but I'm also worried about. I don't know. I've just been like looking around, and for one, not to like say anything about 9/11 or whatever, but to Aiden and Riley, well, not as much Riley because he's too young, but like middle school and high school kids, like this is their 9/11. They're going to always remember this fucking shit. I've never seen anything like this shit. Like, I remember making fun of people that were like all about Corona.
Shut down, though.
What now?
Even the 9/11, everything didn't shut down.
Right, I know, but everything didn't shut down, but it's something that they'll always remember. But because I've never seen something where the whole fucking world's shutting down. I'm like, I don't even know if I want to play The Division because that shit too real right now.
Yeah, I was playing it the other day. I was like, and I was listening to the little cell phones in there. I'm like, this all sounds very possible now.
Yeah, I think it does. Well, kind of. Right? Like, kind of.
I think there had to be a massive failure for all that to happen, though.
Well, the thing is, like, people aren't adhering to stuff and going, like, I can still understand going to Walmart and getting your shit or whatever, but people going to concerts and stuff, and then I was like, the artists that haven't canceled their shit, they're pieces of shit, too. So fuck whoever you're going to concert. There's a hardcore band named Code Orange. They canceled their shit, did their concert on Twitch. I think Willie Nelson is doing one. Dude from Death Cab for Cutie just did in his living room on Facebook. Like, they could do that shit if they want to, like, stay with the fans or whatever. But, so fuck any artist that ain't canceled their fucking shit.
Yo, there was this huge, like, I don't know how, this showed up on your timeline, because, we live in two different worlds according to Facebook. But there was this guy, there's a DJ who held this huge party, on Instagram Live.
Mm-hmm.
And he, like, they're talking about, like, so many people, like, he was spinning records for hours, and like celebrities was dropping by and like popping onto his Instagram, and they was there, like, you know what I mean? Like, it was like crazy. It's I think his name is DJ D Nice or whatever like that. But like, apparently on Saturday,
yeah, I heard about that. And then what's his name? DJ Wally Sparks is going to do the same thing. Yeah,
there's a few people, and like Erykah Badu was supposedly, I don't know if she actually did it, but she was supposed to do a show from her bedroom. I guess she's trying to have a whole bunch of niggas wearing knit sweaters after that or some shit. But
like, all right, All right, y'all gotta go shop at Old Navy real quick.
Yeah, I mean, she already came out with was it a incense or a candle that was supposed to smell like her pussy? Like, I don't know what the fuck's going on with. Yo, this is real.
What in the name of Adam and Eve is this?
I'm telling you, this some real shit. I mean, was it Lady Gaga came out with a perfume and one of the fragrances was like period blood or something like that. Fucking celebrities are weird, dog. Like really weird. But yeah, this just happened recently. Like Erykah Badu came out with like some incense or something like that and it's supposed to smell like her pussy. Like, I don't know if that's the only smell, but I knew that was a smell that was involved. So like fucking celebrities are weird, but apparently she did a concert from her bedroom or whatever, and then like there's a lot of people that are doing this stuff now. My coworker, her husband is a pastor, and they have a small little church, and you know, the small little congregation or whatever like that. They just did it live on Facebook. They did it on Facebook Live, and they had more people watching than they've ever had actually in the church. And like, it was like, and I was like, so maybe y'all should simulcast and like set up some PayPal, set up some, you know what I mean? So y'all can get them donations and stuff like that. But I mean, this stuff is crazy. But like, the worst part about it is like everybody gets to experience something new except me. And this is the part that sucks because like social distancing is what I do. Most of my friends are online. You look, Chase lives in North Carolina. You live in Texas. Like, you know what I mean? Like social distancing is what we do.
Mm-hmm. I finally figured out that the name for my lifestyle is called social distancing. I did not know that.
Exactly. Like, I didn't know this shit was called social distancing, but like, you know what? Guess what?
That sounds like the politically correct way to say antisocial.
Yes.
He's socially distant. If you can see me right now, you see the air quotes.
Yeah, my internet bestie lives in Sacramento. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, social distancing is what I already did. So it sucks that like this is what, you know, like I still got to go to work, and I'm still like, when I'm not at work, I'm still doing the same shit I was already doing. Like, you know what I mean? Like I don't get a Rona break. I don't get a break from the Rona. This is what I was already doing.
It's funny. He's like, so Janet, how's your son Ray? Oh, he's okay. You know, he practices that social distancing thing.
Yeah, I mean, is that going to be like a legitimate like neurological thing, like disorder now? Social distancing, like, you know what I mean? My therapist sent me a text message saying like, you know, I'm gonna start doing teletherapy. We gonna do this shit on Skype or something. I was like, all right, I guess.
And it's weird because like about a month ago, I went to this like really, really nice Mediterranean restaurant that's here in town. I can never go back until this is all over. And I'm craving that falafel. I'm craving that Kafka. You know, I want this stuff. I can't have it.
Yeah, it's all of this is crazy. But I just wish I had more time to do the stuff that everybody else gets to do now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, do you know what I would do if I was actually
if this shit gets like it is up, because my brother, he works at Land O'Lakes, and they do more than just butter, so he's like quality assurance.
Because you know the first thing I thought was, man, I can't get no butter. That's what I said inside my head. I was like,
but he works quality assurance, but where he is, which is in Indiana, or is it Illinois? I can't remember, but I believe it's Indiana. But
ain't they side by side basically?
Yeah, so I can't remember, but yeah, so he got a pass.
Which one? I'll let that go.
Yeah, he got
whatever.
He got a pass from Homeland Security to go to work because the roads are closed down for anybody that's not essential personnel.
Oh yeah, that's how it is when you're on lockdown. Yeah, Ohio is like that too right now.
Yeah, so
and apparently Maryland is getting like that. The National Guard is setting up in places and all kinds of stuff. It's certain places is getting real. I'm gonna tell you how real this is. I'm gonna tell you how real this whole Rona thing is. There was a statement put out that if you came from New York or New Jersey and tried to get into Florida, you are subject to a 14-day quarantine. When Florida is trying to lock you out, it's Florida. Florida is locking people out like, no, player. Like, yo, they just had people still partying on the beaches in Florida, and somebody had to force the governor to shut that down. And like the mayor was like, no, I ain't trying to shut down this party. But and then like somebody had to force them to shut down the beaches. And like, this is the crazy, like, and Florida is like, yo, if you came from New York, New Jersey, nah, son. Like, you know how messed up you got to be for Florida man to tell you no.
Here's something else crazy. So Mexico shut down their borders because they don't want any Americans coming over.
They were like, "We'll fund the wall."
No,
now
there's like,
this is how he gets them to fund the wall. He's like, "Okay, yeah, we'll do it."
Yeah, we got you, dog. Like, I wanted to hear before, but we got you. Right,
they're like, aha!
Man, it's crazy, man. I just want to practice some social distancing like the rest of y'all from work. Like, I just want to do it from work. Like, even if I got to use some vacation time, I'm just like, look, I was mostly going to use my vacation time on dumb shit anyway. So, like, why don't you just let me actually use this and, like, go home? But then the phone started ringing, and now I can't really do that. So,
but I mean, can't they do a thing to where, like, your office phone, like, redirects to your cell phone?
Yeah, but then all of the calls will be going to just my cell phone. I'm not the only person that answers the phone around there.
Could you imagine this phone ringing all the time?
Yeah, you really want my phone to be ringing off the hook for work shit? Like, bruh, do you realize how many people are, like, there's 6 of us in the office staff. All of us answer phones in some way, shape, or form. You really, I'm usually one of the 2 people. Yeah, I wanted the 2 people.
Rest on Scar's battery life.
Yeah, like, no. Like, I wanted the 2 people that's like the first line of defense when it comes to that. But I'm not the only line of defense, bro. Like, you trying to fuck my whole shit up. Like, why would you want to fuck my social distancing up? I want to socially distance myself from work.
Well, I'm trying to help you to social distance but still get paid.
I told you, I'll use some vacation time. I'll use that shit. Let me get like a week. That's all I want.
He's like, please hold. I gotta find my charger.
Yeah, all I want is like a week. I don't care about nothing else. All I want is a week. So, all right. So we started off the conversation by talking about the division, and then we got sidetracked. Go ahead and do your thing, Sam.
Now we're still talking about division. We've been talking about division.
Shut up, Chase. I'm going to divide you in a minute. Shut up. No. Yeah, I remember like when we played with your cousin, that was the last time I did any main story stuff. And like, so going around with the hyenas and the shrew sons, I'm knocking them down like nothing, probably because I'm way overpowered than they are. I finally faced the black souls, and they're not so bad. It's the other stuff that comes with them. Like the aerial drone that I can't seem to knock down. Even with my gunner thing, my gunner specialization, I can't knock it down.
Wait, you got a gunner specialization?
Yeah, it came. All the specializations.
Oh, because you got the gold edition, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
apparently, you have to unlock them if you don't have it.
Yeah, I got to unlock the gunner, the technician, and the fire, whatever. So I got to unlock all of those. I'm trying to unlock the technician right now, but I got to do damn. Here's the thing. I got to do Roosevelt Island on normal, non-invaded. I thought that by helping you that I would get that. But because I helped you and it was on story and not normal, I didn't get credit for it. Oh, so wow. Now I got to do the whole shit again. I really got to do that whole shit again. I got to find a crew to run through Roosevelt Island, non-invaded, because now that I got you to where I was, we helped you get to where I was, where it was a World Tier 1. All of them are invaded right now. So like we would have to get it non-invaded, and then do it again on normal.
Wow.
Yeah.
But no,
So-
that's what I'm having difficulty with. It's just like, Scar, I'm gonna need you to come help me out.
Now, see, the worst
thing.
the worst thing for me is not the drones. The drones are annoying. But let me tell you what's more annoying. Okay. What I'm gonna tell you what's more annoying. When you go through New York, one of the crews from New York uses drones also, but it's firebomb drones.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And they drop a bunch of like fire bombs around you, and that is annoying. The cleaners, if you play the first game, you know the cleaners, they use a lot. There's a lot of fire. Everything. Their grenades are fire. Like everything is fire with them. And then
I think they're the scariest faction. There's nothing scarier than a bunch of firefighters with flamethrowers.
You know what I mean? I'm not even that scared of the Rikers. Like, and you would think that out of those crews, the Rikers would be the ones that you would be most like, whoa, like let me hold up, let me make sure that I get my shit right. But like, no, it's the cleaners. The cleaners are the absolute worst. Absolute worst. And here's the biggest problem with that. And I said the worst thing for me is the dogs. That the dogs with the sniper turret are the absolute worst, because if you get caught out there and that sniper turret hits you,
I've come across those before. Yeah,
that joint hit you one time and all your armor is just gone. Like out of here. Like you just like, bruh, you know how much armor I got? And it just dropped me in one jump.
I got hit by one of those. I lost all my armor. I was just like, bro, I feel naked out of here.
Yeah, for real. It's real bad. The here's the worst part. So like my cousin and them helped me get through the rest of New York. And like when we got to the end, it was me, my cuz, his homeboy, and Ace Black.
Oh snap! Ace be on there too.
Yeah, Ace is about that life, but they helped me get through the end. And like the way that the end of New York happens, like there was no way I was going to be able to pull this off, even with randoms. Cause I've done a lot of this with randoms. If I was playing and want nobody on, I played a lot with randoms, but like you have to be completely coordinated to take on, the last boss of that. But see, here's the problem now. I went back to DC and the Rikers and the cleaners are there, yo. They in DC now.
Wow.
So like it's just a pain, bruh. I'm just kind of like, yo, why ain't y'all stay your asses in New York? I mean, I know I went to New York and then came back, but like y'all ain't had to come with me.
They hitched the right on you like the aliens from Alien. They went and impregnated somebody.
Yeah, like as soon as I got there, they just burst out of my chest. You know what I mean? Like, bro.
So there's like 100 of them.
Yeah. So this is a real pain, because I tried to play a little bit on my lonesome today. I don't get to play as much as everybody else get to play because I still got to work.
Yeah,
but,
I saw you on earlier, but I was like, oh, he's in New York, so I'll let him.
No, I wasn't in New York. I was actually I was using my New York character, but I was back in DC. I would have switched characters.
Because it said on there you were playing Warlords in New York. So I was like, oh, okay. He's doing
maybe because I brought New York back with me, they still they still make it seem like I'm in New York. Maybe. Awesome. So
another robot that's been getting me is like, I was telling people about this. I was like, there's one that looks like Johnny Five from Short Circuit.
Yes. Those usually have like machine guns on them and stuff. And they are a pain, but they're not as bad as the other ones. Cause you can shoot the treads and they'll stop moving. And then you just got, just drop and pop like that type of thing. So those aren't as bad. But like I said, once you get back from New York, it makes everything worse. And I'm like level 40, but like this is not a win for me. But getting out there playing by myself, like I need to start playing the game with more people that know what the fuck they doing. Because as of right now, I don't. I really don't.
Yeah, ever since leveling up and like getting all these levels, weapons, and everything. Yeah, I've been running through the hyenas. I've been running through the other people. It's the Black Tusk that are a little bit more difficult, but I can still do it on my own though.
Yo, the crazy part of the Black Tusk is the motherfuckers show up in New York too.
Oh, word?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Because it was the LMB in the first game. They didn't say fuck the LMB, and the Black Tusk show up towards the end of New York. So like, bruh, it's like, all of this stuff is really difficult. And like here's the crazy part about like where you are right now. You still World Tier 1. You ain't even got to the hard stuff yet.
Oh, I know, but yeah, I think by then I really just want to finish the game. Just finish what I'm doing. Like I ain't trying to do all that other stuff.
Yeah, I got you. And Chase just decided he don't want to get back in.
I know he's still at level 10 probably.
Yeah. Well, this Rona, man, it's too real.
Yeah, I mean, I do admit I think I might have to pull back some because it is starting to feel a little bit too real to me.
I don't think it feels that real to me. Why? Because like I know that the what infected that world was like smallpox, and I think now is a genetically engineered smallpox that invaded there. But as far as I know, even with the current leadership that we have in place, I'm pretty sure we got smallpox on lock. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think.
Well, if you listen to this conspiracy theorists, they believe that Rona was genetically engineered too.
I'll start that because
but like conspiracy theorists think that everything is made up by somebody.
That's the thing. Like, they something can't just be. There has to be a conspiracy behind everything. Nothing can just happen because it happens.
Yeah, here's the part that always like makes me laugh. Like, yo, like how when the Iraq War started, it's like, yo, like we did all of this because of 9/11. Most of the people that planned the stuff were in Afghanistan. Most of the people who actually did it were from Saudi Arabia. We fucked up Iraq. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? That's how I kind of feel about this. Like, they keep saying that this thing is Chinese, like, because I guess that's where it started. But like, if this thing is Chinese and like the Chinese did all of this stuff, first of all, why would they fuck themselves up in this process? And why the fuck did Italy get so hard? Like, what the fuck did Italy do to anybody?
In case it is a conspiracy.
Yeah, like for the conspiracy, why did Italy get hit so hard? If this is all Chinese and all this kind of stuff, and you got to worry about Asian people and all this kind of stupid stuff, I'm just like, well, why did Italy get so hard? Get hit so hard? Why did Italy get so hard? Why did Italy get hit so hard?
Yeah, that we need Tower Pizza. Yeah,
like what? They make pizza, dog. Like, they make the best food. Like, who doesn't like Italian food?
I don't know.
So why would we hurt the people that made it? Why would we hurt the people who made Italian food?
Right.
So yeah, that's where I'm at right now. That's 100% where I'm at right now. Yeah. And I'm a little saddened. No lie.
So, do you want any more Neapolitan pizza anymore?
Really? Chase, since you don't play Division with us anymore, like what have you been playing? I'll let you run with that.
I've been a little bit all over the place, but I'm trying to finish Star Wars. The Jedi Fallen Order or whatnot, and it's been going pretty good. But like, I mean, I've put maybe 12 hours into it, and I kind of have gaming ADHD, and like trying to like finish something that's longer than 6 hours, I'll probably be like, I need a break from this. So yeah, I booted up Rage 2, and that was pretty fun. Like, I was enjoying that, but kind of going between those two, and playing some. My brother had got Borderlands 3, and we were on there fucking around. That was pretty cool. And what's crazy is we didn't really organize anything, and everybody in our little group that I play with my brother picked all different character classes without even trying to. So I was like, that's insane. But that was fun. But me and Amber have been trying to play some games online since, I built her that PC, and we just haven't had a chance. So we went through a couple of campaigns of Left 4 Dead, and we played some Far Cry 5, and I streamed those. And when we did Crash Course, dude, we got fucked so hard by the director. Holy shit.
Yeah, bruh, sometimes the director would be like, all right, I got this. Rain death. Like, you know what I mean? And you're just like, yo, what just happened?
Yeah, I inadvertently got pissed off at Amber, and I got pissed off at the AI, because I thought the AI did it. But I was like, oh, fucking AI, what the fuck? I had this shit. And she's like, that was me, I'm sorry. I was like, oh, it's alright, but, you know. Because, in Crash Course, the generator at the very end, it'll cut off, and you have to go turn it back on. And she was like, oh, there's a boomer next to you. I was like, let him boom me. I've got this shit, like, this much before it's cranked up. And then she shot him, which boomed me away from it and reset it. And then all of a sudden, all the zombies were on me. And then a tank came out, and a hunter got on me, and I got hit by a smoker. And then we all died.
A smoker and a boomer. Wow. I'm sure they weren't the same.
and then we restarted that part because we all died, and then the next time it was even crazier. I got out, but Amber died, and I was like, that was the craziest thing. And we were just playing on normal, and normal we can do. But Crash Course is one of the harder ones. I do give it that, because technically it's after No Mercy, but it was developed after pretty much the whole game, so they amped up a lot of stuff. So if we go back and play Death Toll, it would be a lot more tamer than Crash Course was. but yeah, that's been fun, kind of getting back into some streaming, and but yeah, I had shared Scar something on my Far Cry 5 shit, because on Windows 10 you can record just like you can on the Xbox, like kind of like say, oh, record back 10 or a minute ago if something crazy happens or whatever, and the quality on those recordings are really good, a lot better than OBS, because OBS will use a lot of processing power to where, like, when I streamed Borderlands 3 with my brother, it looked like shit because it was jittering and stuff. Even with my new processor, it's pretty hard to do a newer game stream it at the same time as playing on the same PC that you're streaming on. But when I recorded that Far Cry 5 video, it looked so good. And then I uploaded it to YouTube. And then that told
the shit out of it.
Yeah, they compressed the absolute fuck out of it. And then that made me feel better about my old streams, and I always thought everyone just can afford better equipment than I do. No. It don't matter what kind of equipment you do. Your videos are still going to look like shit unless you're a high-profile YouTuber. Because you look at some of those 4K Fox videos and shit, they look amazing, no compression. But my videos are compressed like shit. So
I had recorded a 4K video like when I went to New York. Mm-hmm. Actual New York, not Division New York.
Okay.
And I uploaded them to YouTube. They were compressed to hell.
Yeah.
That's terrible. It just kind of sucks. it just kind of sucks when you have something that looks really good, and then like you put it on YouTube and it's just kind of like, no.
It's like you can't share it to anybody. You know, you can't show people that it looks this good because unless they just come to your house, or if I put my Let's Plays on my Plex server and it's just running from my PC. But yeah. So that happened. But I mean, it made me feel a little bit better that everybody's like that. Like nobody's going to be like, it doesn't matter what capture card or what computer I have, it's still going to look like shit on YouTube. But,
yeah.
Or just to live by.
Yeah. But yeah, Scar, you said you had Left 4 Dead that, I mean, we're trying to do some of this by ourselves just to play with each other, and then, but if we,
we were supposed to do that with the Division. You stopped playing.
But I know if you wanted to play with me and Amber.
Again, I just want to add, you stopped playing.
If you wanted to play with me and Amber at some point, you're more than welcome to play some Left 4 Dead. And, I mean, I miss fucking Left 4 Dead games, or game nights, because you would say it's the same thing over and over again, but no, it's not. Like, I
don't necessarily miss the sadistic nature of the whole deal, you know? The AI director sometimes is cool and gives you like, it's like rising action, or will just randomly decide, all right, 1 million zombies coming right up. Or like, I'm just going to send all of the special infected all in one shot. Why the fuck not? That part is like, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really play on higher than normal, but yeah, I never got. We tried so hard for that achievement of not getting hurt during a finale. There was a certain trick you had to do in Death Toll where you're at the water and every special you would pop them and then look at exactly what number your health is. If it goes lower, we're resetting, and we still never got it. There's some of those achievements that are like fucking. How do you do this?
I absolutely don't care about achievements anymore. Like,
but this was back. This was back when in 2008. So, but
yeah, I used to play Left 4 Dead quite a bit though, like a whole lot. And I mean, it used to be fun, but I don't know if that's fun for me now. Even though like it's a co-op game and all that other stuff, I guess I would have to play for the first time in a while in order to like kind of refresh myself on whether this is something that I would.
I mean, I could see that
find some fun in,
because I went back and played other things. I'm like, man, yeah, this is nostalgic, and then I'll turn it off in a little bit. But Left 4 Dead is still fun. I mean, I still have fun with it, and
You're basically saying you're feeling how I felt when they put Super Nintendo games on the Switch for the online thing, and I pulled up Super Mario World, and I played Super Mario World for a good half hour, and I was like, yeah, I'm done. And it wasn't even like it wasn't like there was anything bad. It was just kind of like, yeah, I'm just kind of done with this.
That's how I felt when I got my NES Classic. How I felt when I got my SNES Classic. It's the same thing. I played with it for 5 minutes, and I was like, yeah, meh.
That brings me up to something I did do is with emulators they have save states to where you can save pretty much anywhere. And I was like,
switched us to.
Well, I was like, you know what? I can probably beat Mario Brothers this way, like pretty easily. Well, I mean, I did beat it, but goddamn, World 8. How the fuck does anybody beat that without saving? With saving, it was hard as balls. That world, I would get to the next thing, save. Get to the next thing, save. That's the only way I can fucking do it.
Yeah, it's just one of those things to where it's like old games were just like, because like even a lot of those games were just kind of like still adhering to the arcade mantra of like trying to get as much money out of you as possible.
Yeah.
So like the game is just artificially hard. Like when you get the Ninja Turtles arcade game and then you're playing it on Xbox and you have unlimited continues, basically, you realize that the game is only like 45 minutes long.
Yeah.
With the X-Men game, the X-Men game did the same thing when it came out on Xbox.
Yeah, it's just like this is like, you know, when you have unlimited continues, this is actually kind of nothing. There's like nothing here.
Same thing with Golden Axe. When I streamed Golden Axe one night. It was like 30 minutes.
Yeah, it's like these games are like super short, but they're arbitrarily hard because they were just trying to get your money.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I did play a little Golden when I was trying to get it's Project 64 set up on Amber's computer. I played a little GoldenEye, and I remember playing it on, I think it was on 360 at some point, like as an emulated version you got for something. But anyway, I was like, man, these controls are whack. How the fuck did we ever play with these fucking controls? But then I played it with the N64 controller that I got for Amber, and I was murdering fools like crazy. So it just, you have to play it on that controller for it to like fucking not feel like dog trash.
Well, I'll never know because I've barely touched a 64 ever.
I didn't have one. I just had friends that had them.
It had a janky. It was janky, but I got used to it. That's the thing. Like that's the only thing I can tell you. You just get used to playing with it.
Yeah, that happened to me when I went back and played through Silent Hill 1. Because when I first booted up, I was like, God, this looks terrible. This is the most horrible thing I've ever seen in my life. But after a while, I got used to it and it looked fine.
Yeah, like I streamed the original Shenmue on Xbox, and right out the gate, I was like, "Oh, I forgot they have these horrible tank controls." And I was just like, I was almost done right there. I was just like, no, I'm not doing this anymore.
Yeah, it's not until you go back and play one of those old games that you realize that new games are the way they are for a reason.
Right.
Like, you know, like I call it the language of video games. Like once someone made good first person controls for a controller, like we pretty much use that. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's, and then like third person, like if it's not Gears of War, like what is it? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like that's basically fucking, the Division. The Division is just Gears of War controls.
Yeah. It's Call of Duty 4 and Gears of War. Those are the two. Is
Halo, Call of Duty, and Gears are the main control schemes for shooters.
Yeah.
Just those are just shooter controls. Like, and that's the good thing about it, like having that kind of shorthand. And as I always say that this was a folly of the folly of the Steam controller, because it ignored the language of video games. To whereas like, if I play a game for the first time, like the first time you play Borderlands, like you can actually the main controls are Call of Duty controls.
It also has like the Halo controls.
It also has the Halo controls if that's how you want to roll with this. And like all of that stuff. So like if I put a new game in your hands and you were like, okay, so what do I do? And I go, it's Call of Duty controls. You got, cool, I got this. And you know what I mean? Like it's a familiar language to you through your hands. Like you understand how to do this. And I think the Steam controller ignored all of that when they decided to create a controller. Well, and that's the reason why that controller was terrible.
Even with modern platformers, like you would say that playing Super Mario Brothers with save states is cheating. It's only cheating if you think it's cheating, but modern platformers have checkpoints. Celeste, which is considered a really hard game, it checkpoints every screen. Every time you're to a different screen to where you're at a different what you're looking at, it has saved. And
well, Sonic has checkpoints. The original.
Right, but that was Sega was kind of after the NES, but the NES had no saving. Yeah. It had checkpoints until you went out of lives.
You know, that's one game. That's one game type that I don't miss. I don't miss platformers. Like I don't like back in the day when I was on Game Enthuse a lot. We played some Rayman for the show because like this is when Rayman first started like really coming out. Really trying to make that comeback or whatever. And I played it and I was just like, yo, I don't miss platformers at all. Like you can miss me with all of this and I will be perfectly fucking fine. Like I don't miss platformers at all. There is nothing about a platformer that makes me actually want to play. Nothing.
The one game, my friend Pedro, it's kind of like a mix between shooter and platformer because there are like some platformer elements. Mm-hmm. And it has like super, super hard bosses, just like a platformer. And I was just done after like the third level. I was just like, I have no patience for any of this anymore.
Bro, let me tell you what's the worst thing in gaming. Third-person platforming. Third-person platforming is like the worst thing ever. Like the first two God of Wars, couldn't do it. Like I'm just like, nope, can't do this shit at all. Like walking across beams and shit and trying to keep your balance and landing on. Nope, this isn't worth it for me. This isn't worth it for me at all.
Well, I hate because what got me a little bit back into platformers when I played Limbo, and then I really liked Inside as well. Like so, puzzle platformers I kind of dig, but I don't like platformers.
I played the demo.
You did? Well, I don't like platformers like Super Meat Boy, to where it's just hard, just for the sake of being hard.
That's just hard, just because.
Yeah,
there's no reason for it to be that hard.
Right. So, but then there's this game called Little Nightmares that I thought I would like, but then you know how a platformer is just 2D, you go back and forth. In Little Nightmares, it's back and forth, but it's also this way. And there's like I would miss so many jumps because I was here instead of here. And I'm like, how am I supposed to see that?
Look at Fez. Fez was like basically 4D because you could change the environment.
Yeah. But so I quit. I mean, Little Nightmares seemed like something I would dig, but that whole like kind of 3D platforming that wasn't really 3D, you were still on a 2D plane, was just for the fucking birds, man.
The birds.
Yeah, the birds.
All right. Have y'all watched anything? I will say I watched a TV show and I finished it. It was only one season because the show got canceled. But they did release a little like a couple minute thing just kind of wrapping up the season because they knew they weren't coming back. And that is a show called Frequency. And if you're thinking about the movie Frequency, yes, it is that, but in a TV show format.
What was it about? I never heard of the movie.
You never heard of the movie? It started starting Jesus. It started Jesus and Dennis Quaid.
Oh, well, okay.
Jesus is what's his name? Jim Caviezel.
Jim Caviezel.
Yeah. He just Jesus right now. So the movie is
funny. His initials are JC.
Yes. He is an adult and he starts fiddling with an old ham radio. And something happens and that ham radio connects him to his father years in the past. And his father had gotten killed at some point, and basically he used his knowledge of the events that happened surrounding his father's death to try to help his father survive. But it's not like the whatever, like things change.
We just got a follower on Mixer.
Word up. So things change during the, things change, like every change that the father makes in the past affects the future in some way, shape, or form. So it's a little bit butterfly effect in that way.
Ah, okay. I mean,
so,
what if he didn't want to live? What if, like, he was like, I have a horrible son. I want to die. He didn't think about that, did he?
I know. I mean, and so
yeah, as you're describing that movie, I have seen that. I just forgot I saw it.
Yeah, so the TV show, it's a woman talking to her dad 20 years in the past. And I'm just going to say this. very early in the season, she helps her dad. Like the day they start talking is like 2 days before he dies, and like the second day that they talk, she's just like, when she actually convinces him she is who she says she is, she's like, yo, you supposed to die tomorrow. So she helps him avoid that death, but then like it changes so much else about her life. But to her, she still has the memories of both. So she remembers what life was like with her dad dying in the past, and she remembers what it's like when he survived.
Yeah, so it turns into sort of like a Mandela effect type of thing.
Yeah, but it's also like but she's a cop, so it's also kind of a cop drama, to whereas like she can use what she knew from the other timeline to help to help the two of them, because he's a cop also, to help them try to solve crimes. But she's using like her memories from the previous timeline and this new timeline to try to solve crime. Well, it's one major crime that they have to try to solve. But yeah, this is crazy. I dug it a lot. I think at the time I really did like the movie, and for some reason I'm really drawn to a lot of stuff with fathers and kids and stuff like that. I don't know, maybe I'm subconsciously missing my dad or something. For some reason, I'm really drawn to stories like that. And I really enjoyed it. I think, I watched it. It came out in 2016, so like it definitely ain't coming back. And I've never heard about it until just now, like, on Netflix. And so like I'm it's weird that I feel drawn to these kind of stories right now, but I really enjoyed this one.
While Chase is on his phone, I'll tell you what I've been watching.
Okay.
Okay, so, aside from like the stupid comedies I've been looking at, like on the stupid sitcoms that I've just been browsing at and watching, and they're just like, these are stupid sitcoms. I started watching Star Trek Picard, which is actually really, really good.
I've heard good things for people who are Star Trek fans.
You've seen Nemesis, or you haven't seen? Oh, you haven't seen anything except for 2009, right?
I have seen all of the Next Generation movies. I have not watched very much of the Next Generation show, but I've seen all of the Next Generation movies, and I saw the first of the new ones.
Yeah, okay. So you know how like they had the split timeline because of an event that happens?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Okay, so basically what this focuses on is the fallout from that event back in the prime timeline. So it's like, there's no more Romulus, and a bunch of stuff happens. They have to find a new planet to live in, and then like the Federation basically, sorry about that, the Federation basically abandons them and kicks them out of the Federation. They're like, yeah, you're too much of a liability. Bye. And so a bunch of stuff happens. There's a ban on synthetic humans like Data because of like an event that happened on Mars that where all the synthetic life forms mutinied and basically killed everyone on that planet. And so a bunch of stuff is happening. Seven and Nine is on the show, Jerry Ryan, and it's a pretty good show. The finale should be Thursday. Well, season 1 finale should be this Thursday. So it's been pretty good. I've been thoroughly entertained.
Word up.
Let's see. What?
If you got anything else, blaze through it. Yeah.
So I've been watching this other show on Hulu called Abandoned, which is this dude just going through old abandoned things. Like the first episode, he goes through like dead malls in like the Ohio region, and he tells a story of like all the stuff that happened in the mall and everything, and how one of them is supposedly haunted. And the other episodes I really didn't pay attention to because I really didn't care. Like, I don't care about you traipsing through like an abandoned radioactive power plant. Don't care. Now, if he went through the abandoned Universal Studio, if he went through the abandoned Nickelodeon Studios, like, because It literally sits there like unused. The Nickelodeon when they closed down, their thing is still there, like with all the everything on the wall and everything. If you went through that, I would watch that. But all this other stuff that he's doing, I really don't care.
Okay, I got you. I mean, like, you know what I mean? But like, you're saying, like, you know, like a lot of people who have HBO really like that Chernobyl show. I just don't understand the appeal of it. Like, but I mean, I guess maybe if I had HBO and I actually took a look at it, it might be a thing. But I don't really understand the appeal of like something like Chernobyl at all.
I don't even. I mean, I know. I know what happened at Chernobyl. I don't know what the show is about. It's about like the aftermath, or
I have no idea.
Yeah.
But I know people were talking about it at one point and it became a thing.
I'm just saying, like,
people talking about stuff. I gotta say this. I gotta say one thing. Disney Plus just came out in the UK and they are releasing The Mandalorian one a week like they did here.
So you should go spoil it online for Danny Knight and them.
It's already been spoiled everywhere. Like, why did they do this? Like, why are they releasing a show that's already completely finished here that people have been talking about on social media for months? And they're just
right.
They're gonna release it week by week. Like, that's stupid.
Right. Yeah. So Chase, what have you been watching?
Nothing too much.
All right. Cool. Next.
I have. Did you really just haven't watched anything worth talking about?
No.
Okay, cool. There is a video, Sam, for Sam and the people that have watched and loved The Good Place. There's a video. It's a YouTube video by a channel called The Take. And it is The Good Place ending explained - what happens after. And it is a really, really good examination of The Good Place and the ending and stuff like that. And they talk about some stuff that I didn't even notice. Like, there's things that I just completely missed. And I watched that ending twice.
Yeah,
I watched that ending.
There's a online that I was like looking at his YouTube, and he does like an hour-long explanation of like why that ending pissed him off. And like, I'm like, okay, I see what you're talking about. I mean, I enjoyed watching it, but I am not going to sit here and just start breaking it down.
I enjoyed it, but it's not like it's not like it made me cry or anything like that. Some people said they cried. I didn't come anywhere close. Like, you know what I mean? Like that. But I'm going to tell you, this one thing is a small part of this overall video, but is the most important thing to me that actually like hit. I felt something about it. How each of the four main characters ended is exactly like their personas when they started. The fake personas when they started is exactly how they ended. Because, what you call it was, at the end, he said he sat there and he waited a very long time for Janet and just kind of sat and kind of meditating like a monk. You know what I mean? Like that type of thing. And like, Tahani actually became someone that actually like put herself out there to actually help people selflessly. Like that type of stuff. And like all of these, the characters, they ended up actually being the character that they were miscast at the beginning of the series. And I thought that it was phenomenal because it's not something that you notice that much, even though like for Jason, he was talking about waiting for Janet and she goes, like a monk.
He's like,
I kind of missed that. But like, I thought that was really good. So you should totally watch that video. If you like The Good Place, I thought this was really good. And it wasn't like nitpicky or anything like that. It's a celebration of The Good Place. And I dug that video quite a bit. All right. So do we have anything else?
I just have to say we are 22 days away from Cyberpunk 20. Oh, never mind. We're not. Never mind.
Yeah, that thing is coming out right around my birthday now,
September, right?
Yeah.
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 I still think that game is vaporware.
I don't care. I want to play it. Like I just want to play.
I still think it's always been vaporware to me. Like they even when they show gameplay,
they announced it years ago. Yeah, I do understand.
Yeah, it's like it just doesn't seem real.
I think the first teaser was like 2012.
Right, but like, and then like the first time they showed gameplay was like at last year's E3.
Yeah.
The first time they showed gameplay to us, apparently there's been gameplay behind the scenes, but I can't trust that either because ain't nobody seen it.
Was just like that one game, Prey? How long did that take to come out? They started talking about that like in '97. They didn't come out to like 2006 or 2007 or something.
What the alien buttholes?
Yeah. Like,
that game made me sick as a dog.
I love that game.
But that game made me sick as a dog. As someone who gets motion sick sometimes, bruh. That joint had me about the Ralph.
It'd be so funny if I bought Cyberpunk 2077, put the disc in, and they're like, "LOL, you gotta wait 2 more years."
It's probably gonna be something like we gave you the game, like you gotta wait a little bit for the ending. Good luck. Or we gonna give you the ending in DLC,
right? It'd be like what was it? A Street Fighter? Like was it? The extra content, wasn't it already on the disc? You just had to pay to unlock it.
Oh yeah, but I talked about this. I did a show the other day with Blue, Knox, and Ace, and we were talking about that kind of stuff, and we were talking about how the Division does that, because when the Division came out with the update that had New York on it, it was an update to the overall game and it had the New York DLC. Well, I bought it like a couple days later. My game had already updated. The update is like 50 something gigs. But when I bought when I actually bought the DLC, it was like 28 point something K. As the, you know what I mean? So basically I paid for the small file that it took to unlock what I already downloaded.
You're like, all right, let me go get my coffee ready and sit here and download this thing, and then Ubisoft.
That's like, exactly what I did. I was like, yo. Yeah, I was like, yo, it's going to take a while to download all this. I heard it was like 50 something K because, it does download in the background or whatever when I'm not playing. But I was like, all right, cool. It's going to take like 50 something gigs. So I'm going to turn on my Xbox, make sure it's downloading. And then I guess I'll play this shit later. So I turned on my Xbox. And it was just like, bloop, you can play. The fuck you mean I can play? You know what I mean? So,
well, we got your money.
Pretty much. So, and then they're doing another update tomorrow to update their update because the balancing is all
I was playing last night, and they're like, "Yeah, we're going to shut down because we got to do some stuff." Bye. I was like, "What?"
Yeah, I was playing one time, and they were doing a server shutdown. They actually had a timer, and like the timer countdown to the server shutdown, but like. It didn't shut down the game because once they kicked me back out, I could go back in, and I guess it hopped on another server. But the server I was on, it had a countdown.
Oh, that's what. Oh, okay. So it'll just put you on another server. Okay.
Yeah, and so when they do those updates, it's usually like really early in the morning, like 7:00 in the morning. Like that type of stuff. Because ain't nobody playing the Division at 7:00 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
I think, but yeah. So I don't know. I think coming up, I'm probably going to play a lot more Division. I have played some. I have played a little bit of Live and a little bit of 2K, but it's not really enough to really worth talking about it. I think I decided that when I do start the series, it's going to be Live. It's not going to be 2K. I'm to the point to where I'm kind of done with 2K and their predatory business practices. I can't see myself putting any more money into this. And in order for me to make this, the character for the stream or the video successful, I'm going to have to pump some money into it. And I'm just not willing to do that. So I'm definitely going to do a character on Live. And, okay, I got a question because, I asked this question on all of the NCAA videos that I recorded, the test videos, but no one has actually answered the question, so I don't really know what to do. So here goes. I am going to do, instead of doing what I was going to do originally, which is what I had already done, I was just going to do a series with the Scarcasm team and just ride it out with the Scarcasm team. But here's the thing. Do y'all just want me to just put the Scarcasm team in? Or should I do like how I normally do when I'm playing by myself and I just gut the MAC and then put in all of my teams in that one conference, all of the teams that I created?
Chase, this is a you question.
Because technically, if anybody wants to get in the game, and I can put you on any one of those teams, or you can all be on the Scarcasm team, however that works.
I'm not really sure.
How it's really about like how much do you care about the teams that are in the MAC? I like watching my creations and like having them be in a conference, but I think just putting this Scarcasm team in and having them be like an independent team could be cool. Start independent and see which conference actually wants us, and then go there. I think that could be fun. But like, I don't know what to do there.
When you say Scarcasm team, is that like players just like me and Sam and stuff?
Mm-hmm. No, well, I made the team like years ago. So like there's like people that were Scarcasm and Scarcasm adjacent that are actually on the team already. Like, you know, like Pimp is the quarterback. I'm the running back. My cousin who we play, who we played the division with, he is another running back. Sometimes I put him at fullback and have him do returns. You know, my ex-wife, her male Left 4 Dead character is in there. We called her Shambo because like don't stand in front of her because she's gonna shoot you too. So yeah. And then like, you know, like Anthony Alex is like a defensive end, Laid Back is in there, with the, you know, all these people for the most part have their real names. And like even Jaybird, rest in peace, Jaybird. Jaybird is like as a defensive back and all of this kind of stuff. Like all of these people who were around during that time where I was really making these teams are there. And even like my OFR team, I'll call them OFU. OFU. You know, I put some of those guys in there when I made the team and all that kind of stuff. Like all of this stuff was already set up like a long time ago. So I would have to change it around a little bit. And like, you know, and then like part of the whole, Patreon thing was me adding like what I call naming rights, where if we do a game where we can name characters, we can name the characters after the patrons. I say Patreons, after the patrons, even though right now we only have 2, I stopped. I wanted to do like a big rollout, but like then like the corona happened and I'm just kind of like, maybe I want to hold on to your money right now. You know what I mean? And I didn't want to like be like, hey, give Scarcasm, Geese Gone Raw some money. Finger guns. I didn't really want to do that with all of this stuff with the corona going around. So I kind of backed up off it a little bit. But like we do have 2 patrons and now I got, you know, if I do the Scarcasm team, I'm going to get them in there too. So like, we're just going to do this thing. And so I didn't know whether just put the Scarcasm team in and run it from there or actually like really go and do full force, like a bunch of stuff. I don't think the bunch of stuff would really appeal to anybody other than me though.
Mm-hmm. So what position do I play?
I haven't updated that team in quite some time. You pick what position you wanted to play. I
don't know much about football, so
I got the perfect place. I got the perfect place for you because you're kind of short.
I'm the water boy.
I would probably put you as like a free safety or somebody like that kind of stands back and kind of like it's not really in with a lot of the like action, but you know, and then like all of us are like basically all of the characters that I put in there were all like superstar freshmen.
Nice.
So like it's really kind of cool. I think we should. I think you
should keep with just a team instead of the conference. See how far we go.
Okay. And I'm coaching, so I'm not really playing the game, so it's not like I'm cheating. Because it's really easy. Like the game got really easy for me, so I just coach now. Because I figured that would be easier. It makes it more like a strategy game. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do it that way. I'll just put the Scarcasm team in, put them as an independent to start off with before we actually join a conference. I think that's probably the best thing.
Is this going to be a YouTube series?
Yes. I'm going to record it as a YouTube series. I got to make sure that I get my settings right because I don't want my video quality to be bad. I mean, it's already a 360 game. So like, you know, there's a quality hit already inherent in there.
Well, the games, I noticed when I did my Left 4 Dead video, yeah, it didn't look as good, but it doesn't get compressed as much if the tech. It's when there's really good textures in a game, like something like your Battlefronts or your Far Cry's or your, I don't know about Division, but probably Division, and most definitely. Well, what was the other one that I did that I can't remember? But yeah, really good, like lots of grass, lots of stuff like that.
Foliage.
That's foliage.
Foliage.
So it probably wouldn't look so bad.
Okay. All right. I think I'm gonna do that. I would love to be able to stream it, but like my internet is just not good enough to stream it, and I hate it because I would love to be able to just stream it and be done with it. I thought about doing the stream straight to YouTube from of NBA Live because if I play it on PlayStation, I could just go straight to YouTube from there.
Well, whatever your upload is, you don't need any more than 5 up.
I don't know because I mean, I'm surprised that these come off very well because of my internet, and also because the way I'm set up, all of my shit is wireless right now. I don't trust the wireless for definitely for streaming. I don't trust wireless.
Right? Yeah, I've never streamed on wireless.
Are we still recording?
Yeah. All
right, so I think we're done with this. So I think that's what I'm going to do, and we're going to we're going to start getting all of this stuff soon. If I had more Corona time, I would have more time to actually do all of this, but I ain't got no.
I was going to ask you, like, your job doesn't give you the option that if you're feeling bad, you can like not work.
Say that one more time.
I say your job doesn't give you the option to where if you're feeling sick or feel like you might start getting it or something.
Yeah, but I gotta actually be sick. Okay. Like, you know what I mean?
Say go out there and take it. I'm just saying, like, I don't know.
Yeah, if I'm sick, don't come to work.
My job gives me the option to where if I no longer feel comfortable being around these sick ass people, I could just like go on leave of absence.
Yeah, I don't have that option. It's just if you sick, don't come to work. But if you feel all right, come on in. And there's a whole bunch of stuff around work to try to mitigate the effects of the outside world. Like, you know, like closing our office out to anyone who doesn't work there. You know what I mean? Like anyone who comes to our office, like delivery people, all kinds of stuff, all of that stuff is cut off. So in that door, the front door stays locked. And like, even if you walk in the door, there's hand sanitizer right there. Go ahead and work that out, player. Like, you know what I mean? Like that type of stuff. That's pretty much life at work right now. But all right. So again, I know we did a little bit of a team meeting, on the show, but, also, keep an ear out. Blue is going to start sending me those shows that we recorded. We recorded almost like 3 hours. And he's going to start breaking those up a little bit, and he's going to send them to me so I can put them up on this feed. And then I don't know when the show's actually going to come out, but I started recording segments for Everyday Gamers, for their return. It's going to be in blocks. And so when that comes back, you'll hear my lovely voice.
That was good.
So, without anything else to say, which I think we've already said a little bit too much, for the homie Chase and Sam, the homies Chase and Sam, I'm Scarfinger, this is Scarcasm, and we're out of here. Peace out to the Warriors, yo.
Later.
Did you have to say that like, never mind.
Okay, let me know when we're out.
I like that shit, yeah, boy. Yeah, I'm telling you, Whoa. I'm telling. All right, I ain't gonna talk.